Stock price doesn't matter. Hey, welcome to Dow Stock Talk, where I talk about topics relating to investing and finance, but more specifically the stock market. In this video, I'm going to be going over why stock prices doesn't matter. But before we get started, make sure you smash the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps YouTube know that this is quality content and help my videos reach a broader audience. I actually want to do a special thank you to William, my cousin, for sharing all my videos as soon as I released it. I really appreciate that. And if you guys would show him a lot of love and support and check out his YouTube channel, Anakin Skywalker, where he ended up playing with different types of toys and gives his overall experience. So make sure you guys show him some love. Now, I know everybody, I tell a lot of people that are new into investing that stock price to me doesn't mean anything. Now, if you were a trader or option trader or something like that, that's totally different. But if you're a long-term investor and you're looking at stocks as far as ownership, it really doesn't matter. It's like a fairy tale. It's not real. It can be easily manipulated. I like that scene for The Wolf of Wall Street. It's so funny.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Well, Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart.
So if you're looking at the stock price as far as other things, yes, it can be relevant and it matters. But if you're just looking at stock price alone, it tells you nothing. The reason why I'm saying that is because it would tell you something if each company issued the same amount of shares. But in the stock market, each company can issue as many shares as they want. So in the grander scheme of things, if they don't all have the same amount of shares, it's meaningless because you can't compare oranges with apples or apples with oranges. Well, you can, but it's not going to be right or it's not going to be fair. So to me, in my opinion, the market cap tells me way more about the company than the stock price. So when I say market cap, you can think of market cap in a simple terms of the total amount of money invested into that company. Because with the market cap, that can't be manipulated. The market cap is what it is. In simple terms, it's how much money invested in the company or that the company is worth. So that part tells you a lot more. That part can be relative. You can compare that to other sectors or other companies' market cap and do assessment from there. But stock price, like I said, each company can issue as many shares as they want. None of them are the same, so it's
Fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
It doesn't matter. Let me give you a practical example. And by the way, after you guys are gonna watch this video and you're gonna hear me and you're gonna throw it completely out the window. But it's okay. So I made a video on it. Okay, so let me give you an example. So Home Depot stock price is let's just say roughly $324 of the recording this video. Apple stock price is $124. So are you saying that, wait a minute, how is Home Depot stock more expensive than Apple? And check this out, Amazon is $3,500. Wait a minute, how is Amazon $3,500 but Apple's only $145? Well, it's pretty simple because the amount of outstanding shares or the amount of shares that the companies can issue, it varies. Each company can issue a completely different amount. And that's why you see what it is. So for example, Amazon had 504 million outstanding shares. Apple, on the other hand, has 16.69 billion shares, how many shares that they're issued. Home Depot has 1.6 billion shares. So since all of them have different amount of shares, that explains why the stock price is different. So in the grander scheme of things, if you don't know how many shares that's issued, and you're just looking at a stock price, it's not really gonna tell you anything. Here's an example that I can give you. It's like you're going to a pizza shop where each pizza shop slices of pizza are substantially different. So one pizza shop you go to, if you say, oh, can I have a slice of pizza? And the slice of pizza is this big. And they say, okay, $3. You have another one that has a slice this big, $1. So if you kind of look at it, you got to look at it relative to the size. So I like to think of market cap of the size of a pizza. So if you know the size of the pizza, the amount of individual slices, it doesn't really matter on the grand scheme of things, right? Because if you know the size of the large pizza, that's what matters the most, because you can easily change up the slices here and there. So you can either slice it up to 10 or 15 or 20, however much you want. So like, that's why I'm saying I look at the market cap as the overall size, and the shares is just the slices. You can easily change up the slices. So you can make the slices much smaller to be like to make, oh, okay, for a slice of pizza, we have 50-cent slices of pizza, but the slice of pizza is that small. You have another one where you have slice of pizza for $2, but the slices is really big. So that's why that's a practical example. Another way you can think about it is slices of cheese. So you can, if you notice on your sandwich, you can make slices of cheese as big or small as possible. So, and only to make a fair comparison of the slices, they all have to be the same size. So in this video, because I'm so awesome, I'm going to actually set all the shares. I'm going to tell you what the share price or stock price would be if they all issued the same amount of shares. Isn't that so lovely of you? By the way, make sure you smash the like button. So Apple issued 16.69 billion shares. So I'm going to say Amazon and Home Depot, if they issued the same amount of shares as Apple, what would their stock price be? And simply, I mean, I use a little bit of algebra, but all I'm doing is pretty much taking the market cap and I'm dividing their market cap and I'm dividing it by the number of agreed outstanding shares, which in this case would be Apple, which would be 16.69. Taking the market cap and dividing it by the outstanding shares that we agreed upon. So once you do that, that $3,500 Amazon stock, for the stock price would change to only $107. Wow. Yeah, see, when you compare apples to apples, oh, it may not be that expensive after all, right? So if you're looking at Home Depot, that $324 stock, if at the same amount of shares as Apple, it would be $20, $20.60. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's illusion. Don't let the stock price, you can't just look at the stock price. You have to look at other things. Of course, Apple, since I said the same amount of shares would be 145. So I wanted to compare apples to apples so you can kind of see how the stock price in the grand scheme of things doesn't actually matter. If you're looking at stocks as an investment, as far as ownership, you owning the company, it really tells you very little about it. Of course, if you're looking at other metrics and stuff, yes, that can definitely give you a much better indication, like the P/E ratio, the beta, all the different dividend yields and all that type, the growth rate, cash flow, all of those things. If you're looking at all those things, yeah, but if you're just looking at stock price alone, and that's not that big of a deal. On the contrary, now to play devil's advocate, someone can say, yes, it does matter, because if Amazon is $3,500 and I don't have $500, I can't buy it. But if Amazon they issue more shares and Amazon was lower, let's just say $50 or $100 we use in this case, more people can buy it and then the stock would go up. Technically, you are right. However, this is 2021, and because fractional shares, meaning you can buy, you don't have to buy a full share, is available to the mass, it doesn't matter anymore. Yes, before, when you had to buy a whole share, you know, when they do a stock split and stuff, like it really would matter. But now, like I said, the masses has access to invest in Amazon, even if they only have $1. So as far as the psychological mindset, initially, you know, it might go up a little bit of that, maybe because of the news, and psychologically, people in their head, when they're seeing stock price, it's the numbers lower, so they consider it cheaper. But on the grand scale of things, since you have fractional shares, it really doesn't matter. But that concludes this video. Let me know in the comments below whether you think stock price matters or I'm just tripping. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you want me to do any other videos on finance and investing, drop it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel.